everyone, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. In today's video, we're going to be continuing with the 180SX Type X conversion on my 240SX. In the last video, I got the whole taillight assembly in place, and in the video before that, I got the whole front end put together, which turned out really, really nice. Now, just in case you haven't seen some of the recent episodes on this car, I've put some links in the description below. There's some really fun stuff, including the first drive of the car and dyno tuning the RB25, so you definitely don't want to miss that one. Check them out when you get a chance. I really appreciate it. The focus for this video is going to be installing the spoiler. Now, as you can see, I've already kind of gotten things mocked up, and to be honest, I'm ready to start drilling holes. The other day, I was just super curious. I didn't want to fiddle with the camera, and I was like, yeah, let me see if I can make a template, because the weird thing was, I actually at one point had an original new old stock spoiler for this car, the one that would have originally came as an option on the 240 in 1989. It came with a template, but for some reason, the Kouki spoiler did not, so I'm making one. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill the holes, we'll finish all of that kind of stuff and make sure I didn't really mess something up, and then we'll take a few steps back. I'll show you how I made my template and the steps that I took to get to this point, so then we can mount the spoiler. My first attempt at making a template like this is okay. It's not perfect, but it definitely served its purpose. I actually flipped it the wrong way when putting it on the car, so you see how this spoiler leg is going this way and the template's going that way. I mean, it is what it is, but the holes lined up fine, so I used styrofoam to be able to give me a surface to mount the spoiler. That way I can double check the measurements between the various corners and make sure it's all even. So I think it turned out pretty good, but I gotta go ahead and take the spoiler off now. I'm gonna drill some holes and we'll see how it worked out. Oh, coffee's done. Nothing like a good hot cup of joe on a cold morning. Anyway, I still get questions about all of the holes in the trunk. All of those really, really old patches of painter's tape are covering up the holes of the original spoiler, which was gone when I first bought the car way back when. They still have to be filled. I'm just gonna wait until it's time for body and paint. Unfortunately, my drill slipped a little bit on a few of the holes, so it put them just a tad off. I'm gonna have to work at them a little bit more, but it's really not that big of a deal. So I'm not sure how many people use the factory retaining clips, but in addition to the two studs that you would bolt on from the inside of the trunk, you have two factory retaining clips that go in that position, and that's what this little thing is. So this hole actually should have been a little bit more up to the right, but it's nothing a step bit won't cure. On the other side, this hole was perfectly fine. This one had to come up and to the right just a little bit. You're not going to see any of it. It's going to be protected from the elements, so I'm not worried about any of that. This hole for the factory clip also needed to be moved, but needed to be moved up to the left. Don't ask me why. So I've already started working on this using a step bit, and I still have to clean up the hole a little bit, but I've already test fitted it, and once I clip that into place, it's going to be dead on perfect. The thing is, there's more than one way to go about doing stuff on a custom project. I am not an expert by any means. I am learning as I go. So, you know, if you're doing something similar, it doesn't have to be 240 stuff, just any kind of build, whatever. You run into a problem, you gotta fix something, you know, it's not that big of a deal. It's a learning experience, and honestly, that's half the fun of it. And if I can help somebody who's thinking about doing something similar to this, you know, that makes it all worth the while. They can watch my frustrations and mistakes and stuff and learn from them. So it all works out at the end of the day. It's perfect. The tricky part with mounting the spoiler is to match the curve of the legs with the curve of the deck lid. That's why you gotta be really careful with measuring, because if the spoiler is crooked or if it's too far forward or backward, those curves probably aren't gonna line up and it just won't look right. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous about doing this at first because of how precise it needed to be, but I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. To my eyes, it looks absolutely perfect, and I guess that's all that matters because I'm super, super picky. But anyway, I'm gonna finish cleaning up the holes. I'm gonna get some primer on there so don't just have bare metal sitting out, and then we can get into the hatch and start working from the inside. So before I start mounting everything up, I need to pop the hatch, pull the inside cover down, and look at this area to make sure we have sufficient room to access the studs on the spoiler so we can bolt everything in properly. As you can see, there aren't any easy access points to get to the holes I just drilled for the spoiler, so I think what I'm going to end up doing is taking my hole saw and making my own access point so it'll be a lot easier to reach the nuts and studs. While I let the primer dry on the areas that I just cut, let me show you how the spoiler goes together and what all came in the kit. So, like you saw earlier, the legs detach from the spoiler. They're actually held in by 3 screws that you have to put in from this side. The screws are like 1, 2, 3, and I'll show you guys that in just a second. Of course, you got the 2 studs and the little plastic retainer that go into the deck lid. Same for the other side. This is the hardware that you use to attach everything, the screws and the nuts, the 2 plastic retainers for that little clip right there, and a handful of different like foam insulators. I know these right here go around the 3 screws that attach the leg to the spoiler. I'm not 100% sure about these right here. This is actually 4 separate strips that you peel off. I'm pretty sure they go on either side of the leg right here because you got that piece there, those 2 there, and that would make sense just to cover the edges of the legs. I'm not sure where the sticky tape goes, and I don't know where this long piece goes. So if any of you watching this video know or could help guide me a little bit, I would really appreciate it. For the moment, since my car is not ready for body and paint and all of this stuff is going to have to come off later, I'm not going to be using any of these foam insulators just because I don't want to mess things up, especially when it comes to the sticky tape and stuff. And then when the car is nice and pretty and all the body work's done and we're doing final assembly, I think that's the most appropriate time to put all that stuff on for the final time. As far as putting the legs on the wing, I found it easiest to just take a long screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, and stick each of the screws through the mounting holes beforehand just to make things easier. It lines everything up. That way you're not fishing around inside of here. So we'll just get these all lined up and then find the screws and tighten everything down. Now before I get the spoiler properly fitted to the car, let me show you how I made that template right quick. To start off, I took a sheet of styrofoam insulation board that I had sitting around my shop. Then I just took the spoiler and laid it straight down on the insulation board and then press on either side. That way, the studs and the little plastic mounting clips will embed themselves in the styrofoam. At that point, took a little Sharpie and then traced around each leg. With everything traced out, I could take the spoiler back out and then take the Sharpie and color in the areas that were pierced in the styrofoam, just to make it a little bit easier to see things. Next, it's just a matter of cutting out the template to your liking. Now, I will say, when it comes to cutting, the styrofoam is not the easiest way to go about doing it. You need like a really sharp blade. If your blade is dull and you try to cut the styrofoam too fast, it's gonna break off in chunks and you're not gonna get a nice clean line, which a nice clean line is very important when it comes to measuring because you want things as accurate as possible. Of course, when you first pull it out, the edges are going to be a little bit rough. You can take your sharp knife and kind of work on these a little bit, but this is pretty much what you get. Obviously, the edges of the styrofoam are not going to be exactly what you want to measure off of because of the jagged edges and the pliability of it and the thickness of it. But the reason I'm using it, again, is so I can mount the spoiler on top of it to use the hard edges that way. Otherwise, you're just setting the studs and stuff on the trunk. If you have a nice paint job, you risk scratching it. This car doesn't matter because it needs a paint job, but this way it'll stay nice and secure and you can adjust as necessary. Now, I used my measuring caliper and tried to get it as close as I could with the styrofoam just to make it a little bit easier when the spoiler gets on there. But the spoiler now will just drop into place. The second round of making the template went even better. I didn't bother cleaning up the edges since I'm just doing this demonstration, but I got the template going in the right directions of the legs now, so that's nice. But being that the spoiler is sitting on top of this piece of styrofoam, now I can look at the hard points, like the furthest points across the sides, the front and the back, and start doing my measurements. I did not do any specific measurements. I know there's people online that have done this, and of course, different people have different ways of doing things. I just tried to position it kind of centered, you know, making sure the dimensions are the same on both sides, and of course, paying attention to the natural curve of the deck lid. It really wasn't that hard. It's just a bunch of slight maneuvers here and there, but the results speak for themselves. It may not be a perfect way to go about doing it, but it worked pretty dang good for me. This is why I went ahead and did some preliminary measuring of just the template, of course with the edges and stuff cleaned up. Then I taped it down so it would not move. Now, there is some give with adjusting the spoiler on top of the styrofoam, but you don't want to move it too much because if you do, those holes that you poked in can get bored out a little bit, and then your holes that you're gonna drill may not be 100% accurate. And I think that's what I ran into with the few holes that I had to elongate just a little bit, like you saw at the ones that you saw towards the beginning of the video. So yeah, and also you can tape down the edge of the spoiler just to make sure it doesn't tip back. I didn't have any issues with that, but it's an expensive spoiler and you're better be safe than sorry. But I'm quite proud of this. The styrofoam is also gonna make a huge mess, so be prepared for that. Now let's get this thing mounted. That just makes the whole back end of the car. Man, oh man, she's coming together. Well everyone, the transformation is almost complete. I still need to install the side skirts and the 3-piece rear valence, so expect a video on that. I've got some hardware on order right now, so once all of that comes in, I can start fitting things up and figuring out where the holes need to be drilled and so on and so forth. So I guess that'll wrap it up for this video. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to leave a like below. It really helps the video a lot. And if you haven't subscribed already, consider doing so, because there's always a lot more content where that came from. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.